Hey guys, so this is the acrylic paint wet palette and I wanted to review it. Now I did do this with my own voice while I was doing it. I think I read everything on here, so I'm going to try to see it. Hold on just a second. Okay, the first thing said wet palette color timed 1, a hydro foam timed 2, and hydro sheer pack, which was just the papers, times 1. So there's like 100 papers in there. And it tells you to wet hydro foam, put hydro foam in bottom tray, put hydro sheet on there, wipe out air bubbles, which ends up being kind of a pain, and start painting. So I have always wanted to get one of these. I thought they were really, really cool. Oh, I'm reading the directions here. Now, the reason why I'm reading this is because I lost the voice over. I mean, the voice didn't come through. It had a glitch or something. So anyway, it says it's a wet palette, clean with water. So don't wash it with soap. Rinse well with clean water. Now, I used it already, obviously, but this is you seeing me open it for the first time. And I can kind of, I guess, explain how it went, because it's been a couple of days now. So, and look, it gave me some nice brushes, which I thought was really, really awesome that I got some brushes. I was happy about that. So, and I've used them already, so I like them. They're nice. And so there's the paper right there, and it's like a little pack. Now, oh no, those are is that the sponges or the paper? I can't tell. I can't tell because I know there were 2 sets of sponges. And then there's all the papers and this little plastic container. And it wasn't exactly what I expected a wet palette to look like. I don't know what I thought I was getting, but this isn't what I thought I was going to get. So, and I'm going back to look here because I was like, wait, why do I have 2 sponges? But I guess they just came with 2. So all you do is you just open it up and you wet it. So I just took it into the kitchen and I filled the sponge with water, just made it, so that it was wet, and put it back inside the case. And then I put the piece of paper over top of it, which you're going to see in just a second. So I don't know what I'm saying here because I don't know. But I don't know. It's kind of cool. So I'm just sort of waiting for me to get to the next spot here. And that's coming. Yeah? No, we're still talking about the paper? I don't know. I don't know. Because I lost all of the voice. I still can't believe that. It is nice, though, to think that you can put it in there and then just close it up. And it'll keep your paint longer. So, anyway. Why am I taking so long? I don't know. I could have cut this out. Holy goodness. Oh, okay. All right. Now, I put the water in there. All right. So sorry. I put the water in there. And now I'm going to get some of the paper out. And it's just like this little thin sheet of paper. And one thing that I noticed, I'm jumping ahead, I know I am, is after I painted that one of my paints, which was a Liquitex color I used for one of the dolls I was painting, it was a bright teal, and it definitely went through the paper and stained my little white sponge there. And I really hated that because I was so disappointed. I'm just weird like that. I rinsed it out really good to try to get it out of there, but it's there forever now. But I do have 2 sponges, and now I know that Liquitex stains because the other paints, they didn't go through. So anyway, it took me a while to get the air bubbles out, and even I've already cleaned off the paint and done this again. And the air bubbles are just, I don't know, they're just there. That's kind of a negative aspect of it, I guess. But it doesn't really affect anything. So I screwed around with that for quite a bit. But I guess I really wish that my voiceover thingy had worked because, you could get my reaction just as I was doing it, you know. And now it's gone forever. So I tried so many times to retrieve it, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. And I almost just decided not to do the video at all. But I thought, you know what? You might want to see this wet palette, and if it's good for dolls, right? So, the quick answer, the spoiler, is yes. It is really good for dolls. And I don't know why I've never purchased one before. I tried all kinds of tricks. I think I put the foil over the palette, and then I would put ice underneath it, like put it in ice in a bowl and put thinking it needed to be cold or whatever, and it would cause condensation and keep my paint for a while. Or I put it in the refrigerator or freezer. That would also work. I was always trying tricks on how to keep my acrylic paint going, because really, honestly, when you're doing dolls, you're not using that much paint, just a little dollop, of paint. So it dries out really fast. And I was curious, like, how long would it last on this thing? Well, let me tell you what, it lasts. So I think it was still, I did it yesterday and it was still good. The paint was still good today. I ended up throwing it out anyway because I thought it might be getting a little watery, but it was because I had messed up my palette so much. I used it painting a painting, and I got paint all over, mixing it all over the place, and ended up just making a mess, and I just wanted a clean surface, so I went ahead and dumped it, but I could have probably used it again. With dolls, I don't do as much mixing as I do when I'm doing a painting. Because I was painting a kitten, and so I needed all these different shades, and so I just need a lot of space. But anyway, I'm getting ready here to try it out, and I'm just using mostly the acrylic gouache paints. I think I might have used a craft paint in there somewhere. And that's it. And then I have these little containers that you guys know about that I use. That little guy there it's like an hors d'oeuvre serving thing from the Dollar Tree. And I put my, flow improver in there so that it wouldn't just like spread all over the paper. So I just put it in there. Now on each one of these, I put flow improver in them like I normally do, and then mixed it in there. And today I didn't do that. It wasn't necessary. Like, see how I'm doing that in this one? It really wasn't necessary because the palette was wet enough that I didn't really need to add that. I mean, I needed it when I dipped my brush in it and then would pick up some color and kind of mix it on the side. That was enough. I didn't need to do all this business. So that was completely unnecessary. But at first, when I started working on it, after I had mixed them up like this, I thought it was just the paint was a little bit too wet, and I didn't like that initially. But I don't know, it just seemed to settle or whatever, and it worked out fine. So today when I painted a doll, and let me tell you what, I didn't record it this morning. I painted a commission doll for someone. It was one of the designing women, and I've recorded every designing woman that I've painted. But I didn't do Dixie Carter. I just painted her. I wanted to just paint and not be troubled with recording anything. I just needed a break. You know what I mean? So I painted her, and I got her done already. Like, she's finished. It was so fast. And I thought I had really slowed down on my painting, my ability of painting. But I think what happened is that the recording of it just takes a lot more time. Harder for me to see and all that kind of business. So when I paint anything, I'm holding it like right up to my eyeballs. And I can't do that when I'm recording. I'm also using that lamp. So, the 8 diopter, I don't know how to say it for sure, but you know what I'm talking about. So this particular doll here is supposed to be Jen from, I think her name is Jen. I think so. From Star Wars, from Rogue One. And I have a friend who made me a costume in exchange. We did an exchange for repaint for costumes. And it's kind of overdue, and I had almost finished it already anyway. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull that one out and try out my new palette and finish up Jen for her. And that's exactly what I did. And then I enjoyed it so much. I had another doll, and I finished that one up too that was almost finished. So I was able to finish 2 dolls in one day yesterday, yes. And then I was able to do a whole doll this morning. So I feel like I really feel accomplished this week. Plus, I've already uploaded the video of a repaint for you guys on Sunday of Padme. So Padme will be up on Sunday, the first half. And I don't know where I went here. It looks like I disappeared. I may be looking at her, but still talking, in the video. So I probably could have come through and cut some of this stuff out, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, the way the palette is performing is, I think, like I said at first, it's kind of wet. At first, like the paint felt wet, but I got used to it. I'm gonna yawn, so let me pause. Okay, well, that was like it was coming in. There was no stopping it. So it's late in the afternoon, and I'm so frustrated by this because I really wanted this video to go up today. It might still go up this evening. It's Friday, so if not tomorrow, I'm gonna do my very best. Hopefully everything will work out with the voiceover. So all I'm doing here, as you can see, is I'm just finishing that eye. It looks like the doll is 90% done. Like she needed her iris finished, maybe some touch-ups in the eye. I needed some yellow there, and that dollop of yellow, that tiny speck of yellow, which maybe I should start doing with my other paints, just little specks instead of such big dollops. That paint was still good the next day, even that little tiny amount, and it never had any stuff mixed in it to keep it longer or anything. The wet palette, it works. So I'm just touching up inside the eye, get some green, some yellow, some burnt sienna to give her eyes the color that they look like they were in the movie, or her actual eye color. And I think with her, all I have to do is probably check her shading and stuff like that, spray her one more time, boom, she's done. And then the other one I didn't show because I was just, why not use this moment to finish up a job anyway, right? I feel really good about this. I just have to say, some of these things have just been looming. And now that they're done, it's just like, why didn't I do that before? It was so easy. I saw a video on YouTube. I didn't watch it because I could pretty much guess what he was going to say. It said something about how to stop a procrastination as an artist. The 2-minute rule. Now, I didn't watch it, but I'm going to tell you what I think it meant. I think they meant just start doing something for at least 2 minutes, and then you'll just be into it. That's my guess. That would work for me, because a lot of times when I'm procrastinating, I'll sit here and I'll think, okay, what can I do? Like today, I painted a doll, which is great. It was a commission, and she's almost done. Her face is done, and all I have to do is touch up her hair. But she's going to be good to go for the client. So these 2 dolls are pretty much done. I have to do, I think, this doll's hair, but that's it. The other one I don't have to. So I've got all of these jobs finishing up. I think I mailed out three dolls last week. So I'm feeling pretty productive, actually. And I was supposed to reroute Padme, but I just was not in the mood for a 2-day reroute. I know I have to do it. I'll probably start on Monday, but once I get the hair out and start going, I'll be fine. I just need to get it done. Once the hair's rerouted, I am so much closer to being done with that doll. I still have one more Padme, but I'm just, I'm getting my jobs done, and I'm really excited about it. So, getting back to the wet palette, I think what I want to say about why I recommend it so much is because the paint just flows better. And there's really no way else of explaining that. Did you see how that just did that? I wonder if it's going to do that in the final video. I think that's where I started having a hiccup with the with the video. I think there was, right at that moment, the voiceover got weird and I couldn't fix it. It's right at this checkpoint, because this video is 19 minutes long, I think, and I'm at the 16-minute mark. And after 16 minutes, it was like the end of the video's voiceover was over here. I don't know. Nothing made sense. It was all weird. It wasn't gone. It was all jumbled. So, I'm really, really happy with the palette. Final answer. You can shut the palette and keep your paint fresh and use it the next day. You could put it in the refrigerator if you wanted to, but honest to God, you don't need to. It's unnecessary. It actually kept it nice. I don't know what I'm saying right here. I'm waving my hands around. I think I'm just saying that I'm pretty much done with her and I'm happy. So, and I might need to spray her and check her, pan pastels, make sure she's done. But she's pretty good. And then I can just mail. They're just heads, so I can just mail the heads back. But I'm happy with this palette. I highly recommend it. I'll leave a link below. Liquitex paint stains. Just so you know, some paints might stain. These paints did not go through. Craft paints didn't go through, and neither did the acrylic gouache, which I really love those. They're very smooth. They also are really good for painting on canvas. They're very smooth on canvas too. There's some other brands I'm gonna have to try eventually, but I am very happy with this. I don't know how much longer I have. I need to take a peek here. 1 minute. So I think I'm just talking about that little speck and how it still lasted, or I wanted to see if it would last, but absolutely did. I'm just gonna say yes on this. Plus you get the brushes too. If you do any other kind of crafting, then you can use it, you can use it for the end. So here's the name of it again. It's I can't pronounce the name. It's Jukochi, something like that. So I'll definitely put it on the bottom, but this is what it looks like. And guys, that's it for now. I'm sorry if this is a little weird, but I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a great weekend. You'll probably see this tonight or tomorrow, so have a great weekend. And I'm still waving my hands around, but yeah. Heck it.